What up? What up? What up?
What up? Yeah.
Brandon got that over on the game on Sunday that he was hoping for.
So, yeah, you certainly did that. Andrew, of course, very happy with his Green Bay Packers. And, boy, I got to tell you something. Green Bay looking pretty good. What are your thoughts there, Brandon?
Well, I will tell Andrew that, I was 0 and 190 going with her against Green Bay. However, I did make them the 100-dimer on Sunday plus the points. So I walked the plank and didn't have to jump in the water, Andrew. So,
well, congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Only took you 190 attempts.
190 attempts from McCarthy and Rogers to go, okay, we'll make Lang a winner today. So I appreciate it. And then I love the over, so it was a really good day.
Brandon, can you explain to me how the first game was delayed last week because this is on Sunday because of the ice storm, but it was supposed to be on CBS, so they moved it to later, and it wasn't on CBS. How did that happen? And can you imagine what that's like going back to the sponsors and saying, "Oh, well, we didn't end up running that game"? What happened there? Do you have any idea?
My reports are it's the NFL and it's Goodell. It's his call.
They make the call. Okay, all right. And CBS 60 Minutes had the final interview with the president. It was a big special, hour-long special on. I didn't know if they were like, well, we're not going to preempt that. And news won out over sports over at CBS.
Yep. And so also it was supposed to rain all through the game. There was no rain. So I think there was some shenanigans with wanting to put that game in prime time based on the playoffs, and that's never happened. We've never had the late game Sunday night in the playoffs. It's always the 1 o'clock, 4:30, and Saturday night you'll have the night game. So pretty interesting. I've said this on your show for years. The NFL is one big shady business, starting with the concussion protocol that they knew concussions were that bad, and really didn't have to deal with it until it finally blew up in their face and paid $800-900 million. So, again, the NFL's shady, man. Don't let anybody. When you got 32 billionaires in charge of a league with one guy answering to them, it's going to be shady. Don't fool yourself.
Let's talk about so Green Bay Atlanta. That's the first game on Fox, 3:00 game, and then Pittsburgh at New England. Game one. What do you think?
It's going over 61. Don't let anybody fool you.
Okay.
It's 61 for a reason. Mm-hmm. First meeting, 33-32. Matty Ice puts it in the end zone, I believe, 30 seconds to go.
Yes, he did.
The victory. They went back and forth in that game. I don't know who I'm using in the game, but I'll tell you this. And, Andrew, it's been a hell of a run for your Packers. It really has. And when you wake up in the morning and you take your shower at 2:30 in the morning or whatever time you get up, and you looked in that mirror this morning, you said to yourself, my Packers have been on an ungodly roll, but if there's one team that this secondary doesn't match up with, it's Atlanta.
Exactly.
And so as good as Aaron has been, this is going to have to be his greatest performance ever to match points with this Atlanta team. That was a top 5 defense of Seattle that still had Bennett, that still had Wagner, still had Averill, still had Sherman, still had Cam Chancellor. They put up a 38 on him like it was nothing. And Sherman got exposed by Julio Jones.
Yeah.
So if I'm Green Bay, they're going to have to score because Atlanta's getting to 38 again. They're getting to 38, and there's nothing on the planet Earth that's going to stop Atlanta from getting to 38 points or more. You hear me say this right now. It wouldn't surprise me if Atlanta gets to 42. Because you're not dealing with backups on Green Bay. You're dealing with backups of backups right now.
Yeah.
And I remember in the third quarter, Matt Ryan had thrown to 9 different receivers early third quarter. 9 different guys they got to cover, not 2 or 3. 9 guys coming at him. So over 61, don't know who I'm using, but I'm going to come right back with the over.
All right, Pittsburgh at the Patriots. One would say, you can't stop the Patriots. What do you think?
I've said this once. I've said it again. They seem to always win a playoff game at home by 7 points. They just do. You go against them. It'll be a 3-point game, and then they'll score with 3 minutes to go. And then if you have the other side, you need a backdoor. You know how many times I've done that, and since Tom Brady and Belichick been together, I've taken the dog plus the points. I'm sitting there. I'm in the game the whole way. Look at last week.
Yeah.
They had no right covering that 16.5 number, and they get a field goal with 4 minutes to go.
You know, and I got to tell you, we had somebody in here just yelling about that, saying, it's fixed. The fix is on. That was a meaningless field goal. Why'd they have to do that, you know?
Yep, and as good as Houston played, they put up 33 on the number one scoring defense in the NFL. And it was an ugly 33.
Yeah.
So you made Brady and Belichick mad by popping off and calling them a-holes, and that whole dynamic. And Tom owns Pittsburgh, always has. I think if I play that game, and again, you guys are catching me on Thursday where I'd love to say this is what I'm going with. I do think both games go over. I think both games are going over. And right now, if I had to play it, I just don't know if you can go against Brady laying less than a touchdown at home, being the right side of the game. I just don't know if you can.
What do you think about Roger Goodell once again choosing to go to the NFC Conference Championship game as opposed to going to Gillette? His streak of not going to Gillette Stadium. Is there something there with?
Is he welcome in New England? He might not be welcome.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? He would never have the cojones to go into New England now. If you want to announce your presence with authority, you go to Gillette. You're like, listen, this is my league. I'm the commissioner. Deflategate was a fraud, but I'm coming. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You kidding me? He's going down to Atlanta because him and Arthur Blank are good buddies. He'll set up in that big old box. It's nice and warm. You'll chill, and you watch one of the highest scoring games in playoff history, much like Arizona Green Bay 2 years ago that went 51-45.
And so he's taking the warmth over the cold. Not going to be that cold in New England this weekend, but it's
the cold shoulder.
It's the cold shoulder.
Yeah, the cold shoulder, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Interesting. It's BrandonLang.com. Before you spend any money, you might want to go to his website and check out what he's saying. And, you know, Thursday's a little too early. Well, Friday, Saturday. Before you make a move, it's
But listen,
BrandonLang.com.
college basketball, I'm on a 9-2 run. So
nice.
All right.
So betting some for entertainment purposes. If you want some college basketball, I want an unbelievable tear there. So you got that Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Cool. All right, Brandon, thanks. BrandonLang.com. Have a great day.
I think Brandon's analysis is always spot on, and it does point, all signs point to this being a huge scoring game. For the sake of me watching the game, I hope it's very entertaining, but I would take the under. 61 is a huge number.
Yeah.
You're talking both teams have to be at 30 points,
again, they're
basically.
luring you in. They're luring you in.
I'm taking the
under.
under.
Dallas game was over 61.
I'm taking Pittsburgh with the points. Yeah, but they had a miracle comeback. Three scores with, you know.
See what happens.
All signs point to offense here, and I'm saying no.
They place the numbers where they place them for a reason. Just beware out there.
Take the under.
Okay, that's Manaski's.